So I had posted a video to YouTube, and it was a short about Black people not being privileged, but apparently there are lots of people who feel like Black people are a privileged group of people. And so I went to look at the comments that people made. Somebody wrote that I sound like Jesse. I hope that's Jesse Jackson. I said good. So somebody else wrote, if you think Black people are oppressed in America, you are out of your mind. They have the same opportunities everyone else has. Maybe you should look at Black culture in America and see how many throw their opportunities away. Well, if you consider hip hop and rap Black culture, yeah, well, they do throw it away. And when people write these things, I can tell they're very young. They're either very young or they're not American. And I can tell just by the wording that they're young, probably Generation Alpha, who can barely read and comprehend what they read. But I bet you they know how to hate on some Black people. I'm sure of that. Another one said, I'm and you could tell this person isn't American. They wrote, I'm so tired to hear about this card. Chinese, Japanese, Latin, so many have less than you. Really? How many Japanese and Chinese people do you know that are in jail, in prisons across the US? How many Chinese and Japanese people you know have been gunned down by the police? As a matter of fact, when I go into mapping police violence, I don't never see no Chinese people. It might be a few Asians, but ain't nobody gunning down no Asians and Chinese or Koreans or whatever, what have you, when it comes to those other groups of people. So if you don't see what's going on with Black people in the US, then that means you don't want to see, because the evidence is there. So, I got to get called all kind of names. And, I don't know what I'm talking about. After 68 years on the planet, I don't know what I'm talking about. And like I said, I can tell these are youngsters and they just want to bitch and moan. And of course, they're anti-Black. If you respond in that way, you're anti-Black. You're making that very, very clear. So thank you. So here's the response to my video. And the headline ended up being, when did Black people become privileged? That was generated by AI. I didn't put that there. So somebody told me I sound like Jesse. If you think Black people are oppressed in America, you are out of your mind. I'm out of my mind. Can people not see what's going on with the anti-Black sentiments? This what are they calling it? Black fatigue and white fatigue. White folks sick of Black folks. Black folks sick of white folks. Why do white folks think that people and others, not just white people who are white adjacent, people who identify as white, that would be Chinese, Asians, and Koreans, and all of those people who want to be white, they all anti-Black, and that's for sure. So it talks about Black culture. Maybe you should look at Black culture in America and see how many throw their opportunities away. Yeah, well, if you all into hip hop and rap, they are throwing their lives away. Look how many rappers have ended up dead. And that's because of the violence that's espoused in these videos, and the hunger and greed for materialistic things and envy, all of that stuff. So they look at that and see what rappers are doing in response to the music, and then they feel like, oh, Black culture is so bad. Why do you think that they allow that type of music to get played and to be distributed in black communities? It's because they know it's going to cause black people who don't have nothing and they materialistic to go out there and kill each other. And then people look at that and say, look at them. Look how black culture is. Look how black culture is. Here's one person. I'm so tired to hear about this. Chinese, Japanese, Latin. So many have less than you. How many Chinese and Latin people, not Latin, because there are lots of Latin people in jail, in prisons in the US, but how many Chinese and Japanese people are in US jails? How many Chinese and Japanese people have been gunned down by the police? So you see, people believe what they want to believe. The evidence could be out there, the proper stats, but thanks to indoctrination and propaganda, people would rather believe that black people are just the absolute wretched of the earth. When white supremacy have proven that no one can surpass them when it comes to cruelty, barbarity, and just treating humans in an inhumane way. They have proven that for 250 years. If you don't see it, it's because you don't want to. So I have no sympathy. I have no sympathy for people who don't want to understand. And America is going to get what's coming to it. And there's nothing anybody can do to change it. There's nothing that can be done to change what's coming. And that's why you see things escalating that the way that they are, and people are just wilding out, and people are really, really crashing online. But there's nothing you can do. Nothing. This was set in motion 250 years ago. You can believe that.